Good morning. Hello, hello. Welcome to the Coffee Run Live. It is episode number 341. Can you believe it? Ridiculously fun and amazing. And it is all zooming past. This year is like we're already a month in. It's completely ridiculous. So, what I thought, I'm trying a couple of different things today. What I wanted to talk with you about, though, is like there's a whole bunch of talk about what you should do, how you should be, and everything like that, right? When you're showing up online or whatever else. And I know that there's this really big thing at the moment. It's been going on for probably the last, I don't know, maybe 4 or so years, where everything is like 10x, 10 times this, 10 times that, if you want to 10x your results, and you've just got to do this. Now, I don't know about you, but my initial thinking when it comes to 10xing freaking anything is that feels like a lot of fucking work, right? It feels like I'm going to have to put in a whole bunch of energy. It feels like I'm going to have to do a lot. Happy Monday, Georgina. I hope you guys are safe. You guys safe? I think you're Canberra, right? ACT. I think that's you. I think I've remembered that correctly. So like 10xing feels like there's a whole lot of work. So something that I decided that I thought would be helpful for you was I decided in about August, September last year, I thought, well, 10 timesing is a hell of a lot. So what about I just try to 20%, increase by 20%. Now, I wasn't actually even thinking necessarily at the time about work. I was thinking more about my fitness. I play roller derby, so I was thinking about the commitment that I go into roller derby with, and this, that, and the other. And it's like, well, 20%, if you're pushing weights, right? A 20% increase in weights might not be a huge amount, or just pushing out 20% more reps, right? Instead of doing 10 push-ups, you do 12 push-ups. 20% more is a lot more palatable than trying to 10 times whatever it is that you're doing. So that was something that I decided in September. Now, a lot of people that I've been talking to over this last month have told me that they found January really kind of almost like sluggish and kind of sticky. We've had fire situation here in Australia, which has been really freaking horrendous, just to, be blunt, really. And the fires haven't stopped. Georgina has just said that they're safe at the moment, which is amazing. That the state of emergency, or there was a state of emergency issued for the ACT. So it's been a really different, I think, start to the year for many of us, actually. And I guess like for some, it's like, well, I know that I've got to put the effort in, but I've kind of gotten a little comfortable maybe with where you're at. And I know that this is something for me that I find. I operate personally at a reasonably high level, usually at a really reasonably high level of productivity. So I will, I'll push through, I'll do the things, but I also get a little bit, I was going to say lazy. Maybe lazy is not the right word. It's almost like a little bit complacent sometimes with what it is that I do, and I don't really feel like I'm stretching, and I have these great ideas, and it's like, yeah, okay, I could go and do that, but at the same time, it's like, there's not really any reason or really any drive to. So this is why I publicly committed on Friday to writing this book, the next book. I've written a few, and the most recent one, being Visible, was, I found that it took me about 6 months to actually, maybe a bit longer, to actually get into the flow. And I'm like, I've got shit to do this year, and I don't want it to take 6 months for me to get that written. So I put out the public accountability. I'm going, all right, you guys, I'm going to let you know when I'm writing, and please cheer me on, send coffee, send gifts, send love, send messages, whatever it is that you need to do, send good vibes. And, I'm really going to knuckle down. But I think the thing that a lot of us find hard is finding that almost like that internal but external motivation to kind of to kind of push through. So for some of you, it might be that you actually need to set yourself some goals with something to learn, something to strive for, something to do that's different. So one of the things that I've written on my planner that I've got sitting here is to do 2 live streams a day. I thought that'll challenge me. It won't really challenge me. 2 public live streams, right? So I'll do my client lives and training and stuff, but I thought, right, I'll do 2 public live streams a day so that you guys just get even more of me. How blessed are you? And I've just got, like, I've had it on my planner for a week and I have not done 2 live streams a day. And I'm kind of like, does it feel like it's a stretch, or does it just feel like I'd be doing it just, for the sake of giving myself a challenge? And honestly, I wrote it down just to give myself a challenge. And I don't know that I'm actually going to go through and do it, but it was an interesting thing that helped me to go, all right, well, if I've been sitting in my comfort zone, which I definitely have been, sitting in my comfort zone going, all right, well, what can I do to stretch? That was the thing that kicked in before I publicly committed to writing the next book. So for me, writing the next book is a stretch. It is a challenge, right? So what is it that you can do to pull yourself up and out of your own comfort zone, right? Because here's the reality. Hey, Tamara, there will be times where you are so not happy with the money you're making, the amount of content you're putting out there, the results you're getting, and whichever way you're measuring results, there will be times when all of that happens, right? It's a fact, right? However, for some people, that is not enough of a driver to make them do something different, because even in that state of I'm not getting what I want, it can almost be kind of comfortable, right? It's like that familiar, you might not like it, but sometimes it's the better the devil you know than the devil you don't. So how can you get leverage over yourself? So one of the things that I wanted to share with you guys today is what I've done. So what can I commit to? What can I commit to in order to really challenge myself? So you guys should be able to see, I'm doing this live stream on my computer today. Because I felt like I just needed to change it up a little bit, right? So number 1, what can I commit to in order to really challenge myself? Number 2, what am I doing, or how am I being, that is enabling the comfort zone to be perpetuated is the word. Perpetuated. Don't check me on my spelling. That might be wrong, but you'll get over it. I'm typing while we're live. So what am I doing, or how am I being, that is enabling my comfort zone to be perpetuated? So for me, something that I know is that when I feel like I look good, so when I'm dressed for work, when I've got my makeup on, when I've got my red lipstick on, when I've got my hair in or my hair down, or like whatever it is, I feel like I'm freaking on, bring it on, what needs to happen. So for me, I need to get leverage. How can I get leverage over myself, right? To help turn it all on. So to help turn it all on. So something that I did, so I'm going to show you this, right? Here's my little commitment list. And I actually shared this with a girlfriend, and I shared it with some of you, I think last week, where I'm like, right, if I have got endless amounts of time, right? So today I'm back to back all day, which is really great. I love being really busy. But if I've got an endless stretch of day, there are times where I'm just like, I will get distracted. I will procrastinate. I will do SFA pretty much like all day. Well, my version of SFA all day. And I'm just like, right, this is silly. I need structure. I know for me, in order for me to get into my flow zone, in order for me to really operate at a peak performance level, right? So, good, I'm glad you're thinking, Tamara, peak performance level. What do I need to do? right? So for me, it's structure. So I've got, okay, I'm just going to write out what it is that I'm going to do. I've got my gym, I've got the journal, I've got my blog, I've got the live at 11:30. I've got to syndicate it all out. And then I've got like a little timetable of what I'm going to do all day. It might sound a little silly, but that's what I need to do. And then the other thing that I've got over on here, and you can see here, is making sure that I've got this stuff sorted, right? Because I know, don't look at my nails too closely. I haven't made it to the salon yet. That is my job tomorrow. So I've got daily outfits. So what am I going to wear? And when I go to the wardrobe, and I get my stuff sorted. Hey, Kate, I'm like, all right, out of all of this, what do I feel fucking amazing in? And that's the question I'll ask myself when I go to my wardrobe, usually the night before, to go and work out what I'm going to wear after I get home from the gym, because I don't want to have to think. I prep my stuff, and I've actually done this since I was a kid. Get my stuff out the night before. What do I feel fucking amazing in? And I'll get it out and lay it out. So the thing that I find for me that I'll slip into, I feel really great in my gym clothes, but I don't feel like I'm on, right? So for me, daily outfits is a big thing. I really like myself with makeup on. That's a personal preference. You don't have to like it. You don't have to do it. For me, again, it's like if I'm going to a corporate job, or if I'm going to go and meet a client, or if I'm going to run an event, then, this is kind of the thing. This is what I do in order to be able to kind of like up level and bring it. So for me, that's something that I'm like, right, well, I've got to do that. And then sparkles, well, who doesn't love a bit of sparkles every now and then? So sparkles for me, I haven't got any glitter on today, but I kind of thought, I was reserving the glitter for live events. And I'm like, or like roller derby. And it's like, this is ridiculous. So, all right, what do I need to do? What do I need to do? This is what we're going to do. And then the live locations, well, like I've got the different stuff up. I've had my TV wall mounted. Thank you, husband. Only took 3 weeks, but it's okay. We got there in the end. Bless him. Like live locations, I'm going to do the lives in different places and stuff like that, right? So for me, and Kelly said that she got it looking and sounding amazing. Thank you. You're totally in my head. Yeah. It's like, I don't know. I know for me that the comfort zone can breed, this is not a word, but you'll get it. It's like stagnation, right? It's like stagnant water. It's just, it feels like you're walking, for me, it feels like I'm walking through a quagmire trying to find the ideas. So what do I need to do to be on? And this is just something that I feel like for me. So the other thing for me that I really wanted to bring into this year is a little more theatre, right? A little more entertainment factor. And so for those of you who don't know, one of my, a woman who I just think is the bee's knees is Gwen Stefani. And so one of the things that I'll think about is like, would she turn up and, like do whatever, or is she going to turn up in her signature way? It's like, she's going to turn up in her signature way. I'm like, well, why am I not doing that? This is ridiculous. So there you go. So costume changes, different things, like all of that stuff. What can you do for yourself to get yourself into a peak performance state that enables you to deliver the best possible experience that you can for your clients and for your audience, right? That's the bottom line of all of this. So that's it. Today, you've got some steps to work through. What do you need to do, or what can you do? Who are you being, or how are you being, that you can change and up level to get an extra 20%? How can you squeeze an extra 20% more out of what you're doing on a daily basis? How can you squeeze out 20% more productivity? How can you squeeze out 20% more energy, more excitement, more passion, more fun, more posts, more weight, in terms of like the weight that you might push at the gym? 20% more willpower. This is a big one for me. Confession time. I really pride myself on my level of willpower, right? When I decide something, I'm really determined. My willpower over the last month has not been very good when it comes to eating well for me and things like that. So anyway, like Allen's lollies are my downfall. Salt and vinegar chips are my downfall. I just love them. They are the best thing ever. So for me, I know that all of these things that I've been talking about that I install in my business head, I also try to install in my personal life as well. So it's like, okay, so how can I operate in a peak performance way across all areas of my world, not just in business? Because I know if I'm eating shit food, and I classify sugar as shit food and salt and vinegar chips as shit food, if I'm eating that, then I know it impacts my brain. And I know if it's going to impact my brain, it's going to impact how I feel. And if it impacts how I feel, it impacts how I show up. And like the worst thing for me that could happen is to give you guys a substandard experience of me on any, on any occasion. So for me, it's like, all right, how can I be the best version of me every single day? So there you go, my friends. Yes, I think that's all I needed to let you know, really. I am launching Eye of the Tiger tomorrow. I was going to do it today, but I haven't written a sales page. Let's just call that out and be honest. I was journaling at the gym though this morning before walking in. Well, I actually walked into the gym, but then I didn't not into the class yet. So I've started writing the sales page, but I haven't actually typed it up and got any of that ready. So, but Eye of the Tiger is going to be a 4-week immersion into getting you into these peak performance states, really, and being 20% more productive, maybe having 20% more willpower. Nicola, that's for me, not necessarily you. 20% more effective, maybe 20% more efficient. And therefore, what we know is that'll have a 20% minimum, most likely exponential, hey, Malia, impact on the results that you achieve, because that's just how it all kind of ties in and that's how it all works. So, my friends, here's the thing for you to do today. Get out there, go help some people, be freaking amazing, and remember that the world is ready for your brand of awesomeness. I can't wait to share Eye of the Tiger with you tomorrow. There we go. There's a bit more public accountability. I am writing this afternoon at about 4:45, so I'll let you know when that's happening so that you can kick my ass. Please and thank you. Kelly said, I love your honesty. Go type your sales page. I want to read this and I want 20% more of everything. Aha, yes, right. There you go. I will go and do that. Have a great day, everybody. Get out there, go kick some ass, have fun doing it, and the world is ready for your brand of awesome. I'll chat to you tomorrow. Bye.